Okay, to back up your Outlook, you'll notice that maybe you may have multiple accounts registered on your Outlook, and it may be that out of them you want to back them all up. They all have to be done individually. You can start with the first one that you want to work with. For example, in my case, I'm going to be using my Knights ISC account to back up. Remember that in Outlook, the backup file, the actual file, consists of several folders, inbox and others as well. If you want to back up the inbox, for example, of this email account, there are other sub accounts within that you may want to work with. So to back up, in my case, let's take my Knights Academy account that I want to back up. Then I would start off by going into, and in this case we're using Outlook 2019 or 2016. They both are very similar, and we'd say open file, open and export, and we do an import export. Now whether you're using Outlook 2016, 2019 or even 2013, you'd find a very similar menu structure. It's a file, and there'd either be an export option. Sometimes the export option sits around here somewhere, but you'd be looking at the export option. And once you click on it, in this case here, you'll see that if you click on info, it gives you basic data about it. But once you go to export, there's an option amongst those that you see here which says import export. Select import export. Whether you're talking about Outlook 2010 up until now, this wizard has looked the same. You would choose export to a file from this wizard and click next. On this screen here, it's been identical since almost a decade right now. You'd select the PST option, Outlook Data File PST, click next. And then you'll see here that I've collapsed all of the options which I have. You may only have one or maybe two of them in here. In this case, if I want to back up the Knights Academy one, inclusive of everything that is in there, I would choose the root level at this level here. If you only wanted to back up just your inbox, you can do that. And if you only wanted to back up maybe one of the folders within that, you could choose that as well. By choosing the root level, I would be able to say that level and include all of the subfolders. So it'll be this plus everything underneath this, which would include my contacts and my calendars as well. And then I'd say next. At this point in time, you're going to want to choose a name that you can remember, so that you can look up where that backup actually is. And you'd want to choose that this is going to be in a location that you know where to find it again. In my case, I'm choosing it to be under my documents folder. You could choose it to be anywhere else you want. Obviously, if this is the second time you're backing up to the same file name, you could overwrite it, you can replace duplicates if they find it, or you could allow duplicates to be created. And when you're done with it, you say finished, and then you're done. It'll take a bit of a while, depending on the size of a mailbox. Obviously, if you've got a 50 gigabyte big mailbox, it'll take a lot longer than somebody who's got a 2 megabyte or 2 gigabyte mailbox. It'll start through the exporting process, and you can track it this side here. It takes a while, as I said, and when it's done, you'll have had a backup. Often what we do with our clients is, where we've got such a backup, and maybe I've been silly in this case, I've chosen to use one of my bigger mailboxes as the demonstration. But once you've done your backup, you can then open it up as a data file. The next video clip I'll use will show how you could open up that mailbox and look at old mail. This way you can be comfortable deleting mail, knowing that it is not sitting on your mail server any longer, but knowing that you've got it accessible where you're at. It's actually a really good policy to make a decision to do a backup at least once a week. If you can do a daily backup, that would be great, making sure that you've got a copy of your data whenever you need it. I will take up the next video at the starting point once this export is completed.